One variety of wheat seed dropped out the drill this morning. Different variety now going into the drill. We're going to go and try and get 44 acres done and maybe onto some spud ground afterwards. Just have to see how the weather plays out. It's quite a damp start, but it's not raining. Rob's happy, he's fixed the linkage on his Maxim. There, I think there's a pressure relief valve gone on it. We're just lifting it now. On the Merlot, we've got a full tank of diesel nearly. Gonna put another ton of seed in now, so there's half a ton in each bag, and then Bill's took some back to his yard because we're drilling next to his yard. He took some back yesterday, so that's closer for us. Then I think Bill wants to use the drill later as well, actually. Just gonna put a bit of fuel in this, and then I'm just gonna go level the tram line off. I'm gonna feel that Andrew's gone drilling at now, and Rob's gonna go out with the Zerion and level off some spud ground. In this field now by the river, just gonna knock this tram line down. It got a little bit rough on this headland, so I've just got the disc on, just leveling it, because we could direct drill straight into it, but it was just a bit rough, so we'll just knock it down a bit. I'm just doing the odd little patch where it's just a bit bumpy, because I don't want to do too much, because the drill at the moment is set for going straight into ground that's not worked, and got basically volunteers in it. And if you've got too much soft ground, we need to take the pressure off the drill, so don't want to do that just for some little patches. So I'm just going to do the worst bits and just slow down and hope it's okay. You see this bit here, this is where Andrew's just done. He's just gone around the first pass of the headland, and what I've done will be on his second pass. There's a lime plant over there, and what was funny was when we were in the Isle of Man, there was lime that had come out of that plant in the shed over there. I thought it was quite funny really how far it's sort of travelled round. Interestingly as well, out there, to promote agriculture and sustainable, well, best use of fertiliser, they get grants for lime, so they're getting a 50% grant if they lime the fields, because the better the pH of the soil, or the more neutral it is, the better the nutrient uptake of the fertiliser that you put on, and more effective it is. So the government see that as a good thing, so they put grants on it, which is something that maybe we could have here. Here's Andrew now coming towards me. Just thought I'd show you this. So this field last year was winter barley. There's the winter barley stubble there rotting away. And then obviously last year it was OSR, so this is the OSR stubble. And then we are now stitching in wheat into it. And we've got this cover on the ground to protect the soil. So from here you can't see where he's drilled, but if we walk over, you can see the lines there where we stitched the wheat in through the residue. Problem is with this method of direct drilling is the vanity of it. So till about May the fields look awful because you can't see the new crop coming up through the old residue, particularly as well when you're drilling OSR into a wheat stubble. It's hidden by the stubble for the first sort of 6 months of its life. But we're farming for profit, not vanity. I don't care what it looks like as long as it yields and it's cheap to grow, because that gives us the maximum return per acre. No problem at all going through where I dissed actually, so I probably could have dissed a bit more, but it doesn't matter. I've done the worst patches. It's just like I say, just makes it a bit easier for spraying, so it's not bouncing about. And I'm going to go and check out the summer barley. Summer barley update. It's a little bit green there we went through with the fertiliser spreader, but the rest of it is looking pretty ripe. I mean, considering it's had 30 mil of rain on Friday, it's still mornings are due on it, but it's biting quite hard now. So get a nice dry afternoon. Problem is, get a clear day. You've got a heavy dew in the morning. That's got to lift, and then afternoon, before it then starts to come damp again, we'll have to cut it. It's probably going to be 20-25% moisture, even on a good day at the moment, because it is only just ripe. But then I don't want it to get battered by any wind and rain and be flat. So we'll get it cut, get it banged in the dryer, and see what we get per acre. But I don't know. I did think it might do 2 tonne. Maybe it'll do a tonne, I don't know. But either way, I think it's cost me 900 quid to put it in this field. So as long as it does over 0.1 of a tonne to an acre, we're in profit, aren't we? So we'll see how we get on. Looks a lot riper when you look that way anyway. It's a bit of damage at the edge from the pheasants. They're probably thinking, oh, juicy barley. So they've been coming in and knocking it flat along the headland. This is a wheat stubble next to it, sown with winter barley now. It's looking great. I do think though we might have the odd volunteer wheat seed in it. We did try and leave it as long as we could to spray it off, but I can just see the odd little bit of green between the rows, mainly in this corner here, but should be all right. It's only feed barley anyway. Just looking here, there was something, bit of an overlap with the sprayer when we put the pre-em on, and it's just made it a little bit sick. If you look, you can see this stripe here, it's like curled up a little bit. It'll recover, but it's just a bit stressed. But rest of the field looks great. Wall to wall barley as well, no misses or anything. There's some shear bolts in this tractor, so I'm just going to run and get them and take him to Rob because he's on the Xerion sumoing. But just missed him, he's going to the other end of the field, so I'm going to fly down. So I'm doing what you wouldn't normally do, which is drive on the drilling, but it's still firm, so hopefully it shouldn't make a mess. Seat squeaks on it. But also as well, if I go down, I can get a video of the drill working. In fact, he's done this bit. He must be working in the opposite direction, that's what I thought. Oh, I know what he's done. He's done every other pass and then he's going back up them now. I don't know what he's done because this bit's been drilled as well. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So we're on a bit that's not been drilled now. Oops. Let's have a look now. It looks like he's match our speed with him. Doing about 12k, 12 meters, which is a spot work rate of 35 acres an hour. Not bad. I think he's only using about 20 litres of diesel an hour as well. Actually, he was using between 40 and 50 litres depending on which way he was going up the field, but it still works out at 1.1, 1.2 litres an acre, I think it is, which isn't bad, is it really? This is that just got him some shear bolts anyway. Just cruising. Actually quite dry, you can nearly see dust. Let's just listen to this for a second and appreciate the noise. Right, we're gonna clamp this phone to this. Get a little video of the exhaust now. On board. Just need a massive trailed sumo. We had a bit of luck under the seat, couldn't find anything wrong. Thought we may as well just check the fuses. Fuse had gone, and while we fixed it, Rob's found a fiver. Cheers, Andrew. So there we go, happy days. That was an easy fix. I'm just disking the bits that have been missed on this field, and then Rob's sumoing it because the sumo's leaving it a more weatherproof finish in case we don't get it drilled. So I'm just knocking them down with the disc. Let's go around the pond now, leveling off where the spud harvest has been coming in and out because it's quite rough. And then Rob can then sumo it. Just need to chop it up a little bit. It's a bit weedy where the spuds weren't growing. But it's proper rough when you go in the opposite direction. Just going along here where the de-stoner puts a ridge, just pulling it out now with the disc, reclaiming it back. Just pushing it out with it nicely actually. Might have to go up and down it twice. Dinner has arrived in style. Rob's just been to the shop. We've got a healthy diet of whatever the corner shop sold. We've even got pies at the shop. Remember that pie holder on that Valtra? It's warm now anyway. Andrew's took the drill off our tractor, put it on Joe's. Joe's gone drilling some of his cover crops, which is huge, and won't go for his Vadistad drill. So he's using the sumo. Rob's got the other sumo on that. and we're just going to quickly get something to eat. But look at that dust day in October. What a picture. We haven't got the GPS working on that yet. We don't think it's got a SIM card in it. So Andrew's got on that tractor now with Bill's Sumo on, and he's putting 3 metre beds in. So there's 3 metre gaps. So Rob's just going to nip up and down them now. So it's essentially he's marked it out for him really. He's just lifting out the wheel marks that the spud harvester and the trailers have made. Levelling it off a bit and then packing it back down, ready for drilling. It's in the field where they're digging the last corner of spuds out, just starting now, levelling up the disc, and then the lads will come over and sumo it in a minute. Just going to take out these humps and bumps where the harvester pulls in and out. The spud harvester's finished, he's just folding up now, so he's folding his elevator right over on itself to make him 4 metres high and 3.5 metres wide, so we can fit down the road. It is a beast that, but no one can stand next to it for scale because there's no one here in the yard, in the field, sorry. I can't believe how manoeuvrable it is. Off it goes. Gear change down out the field. It's probably the same transmission that's in the combine actually. There's a bit of soil that they've come out of the grader. I'm going to put them on the hollows. So each soil ends up back in the field it come from. There we go, he's trying to get it nice and even as he goes down the field. I'll just disc it in there. Textbook, you can't even, oh yeah, you can see some up there. Pretty good though. This was the OSR crop that failed, that we drilled sunflowers into it. There's not enough to make it worth harvesting, I don't think, and there's not enough OSR to make it worth harvesting. There is a bit, but it's such a mess and a mix. And after harvesting the marginal mustard crop and damaging the combine, I think we're just going to flail this off. Just flail it to the ground and drill it with wheat. Or do we just drill straight through it? Because it's after all, I suppose it's a bit like a cover crop. And I'll ask the audience, what do you think? Oh yeah, update on the header. Basically, it's class's year end and the dealership's year end, so they've been hectic. They've been and had another look at it, and they're just coming up with some costing now to work out which is going to be the best route forward. So not really any the wiser, but I've not needed it. Might in a week's time or boom, borrow a header off them anyway, at least cut the summer barley. There's a sea of seagulls pinching all the worms behind where Andrew's sumoing. I'm just levelling off where they tipped that stuff out the trailer before. With the stones and a little bits of cobbles and mud and small potatoes. There's loads of seagulls though. You hear them all? So they're all landing in the 3 metre pass that he's done. They know exactly where he's gone. Anyone want to count how many's there? Freeze it, count them. Rob's finished the other field, he's just pulling into this one now to give Andrew a lift to get finished. Seagulls are going to be happy now with 2 tracks in the field. Hey look, that's got reversing lights. Never knew that. I'm loving it now. Birthday bumper time. I got 3 pens, used which was the best. Anyway, they're still running out. I have to get another one out of the house. So Sasha Shaw is 50. Someone put British Empire RIP. Obviously it's not a birthday, but they paid £10 the ARM once it was on there. Paul Jameson, Neil Johnson is 60, and Oliver Harvey is 6, and Ross Lightfoot is on there as well. Happy birthday everyone on there, and anyone else whose birthday it is today.
that is all we got time for today. Now, Joe's had the drill today and he's had a little bit of an issue with it, but I'm going to show you tomorrow. What's this on the floor? Bit of foam, look like a big stone, funny shaped stone. Yeah, he's had an issue with the drill, bit of an accident, but this video's ended up really long, and tomorrow in the morning I'm going to visit the LinkedIn offices, but it's only because my friend works there, but I've actually been invited to the Google offices, which is YouTube. So they want to talk to me about the channel and how it grows and how we can make it grow faster, and how it all works, because obviously if the channel grows, it's good for them as well, and I bring people to YouTube every day, which they like. So I've got a meeting with them in London, so I'm going to quickly go and get changed now and jump on a train to London, ready for tomorrow. So see you tomorrow, and it'll be a little bit different video, but I'll show you what happened with Joe with the drill.